now listening to the Good Bad Advice Podcast with Stephanie and Chase.
Hello. Welcome you guys to Good Bad Advice Podcasts. I'm your Good Bad Advice Podcasts. We don't have two. Do you have a secret one? I'm just finding out about
started a secret one. It's an underground.
The Good Bad Advice Podcast. I'm your host, Chase.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we give advice to people in the news who did not ask for it. It is the best kind of advice to give, are the people who don't want it, don't ask for it, but definitely need it.
Yeah, definitely need it. The unsolicited advice is the best.
I have not seen you in a week. It feels like 1,000 weeks. I feel like I have lived 1,000 lifetimes since last time I was here as Taylor Swift.
Since our Halloween episode.
Yes.
Which was unhinged if you haven't watched it yet. Please just go to YouTube to watch it just for Chase's bare feet and pantyhose.
Okay, to
the
be
entire
fair,
time, just floating in the camera.
Now, we did have, that was a last minute costume because our normal ones did not cater for both of us. I tried to cancel my order.
It's still coming.
I tried to cancel. They wrote me back and said, oh, no, we're so sorry about the delay, but still, it'll be an amazing outfit. We're happy to give you $10 off your next purchase. And I, because what I had ordered was a full sequin bodysuit with a giant fringe jacket. I had to buy it because they don't make those for men. So I had to buy it from like a curvy, like costume shop for women.
Yes.
Or for curvy women. And so when I tell you I am now getting targeted ads all the time as though I'm like an up and coming drag queen. That is true.
Like,
so I write back and say, nope, sorry, I think I'd just like to cancel. Then they said, hey, we understand shipping times can be difficult, blah, blah, blah. We're happy to give you 15% off your next order and we can expedite ship this. Just let us know. And so I wrote back, no, this was for a Halloween costume. I just want to cancel.
Yeah.
They wrote me back a third time said, these costumes, though, or this outfit can be worn for a whole host of different occasions, not just Halloween. And I was like, I am a 30-something-year-old man who was dressing up as Taylor Swift for a podcast for our 14 YouTube viewers. Like this, we're missing something. So I try to explain a little bit better, and they say, oh, okay, one last chance if you don't want us to cancel the order.
No, I would like you to cancel.
So I just had to write it in all caps. Please cancel the order. Please cancel the order. I think I wrote like 3 times in a row. And so then they wrote me back last night and said, it looks like you want to cancel your order. We'll go ahead and process that cancellation. It will take 5 to 8 weeks to cancel and refund your money.
What podunk website did you order this from?
Honestly, totally podunk. I'll have to look up the name. I don't want to put anybody on blast, but I should put this one company on blast.
And my Travis Kelce mustache will be gracing the pumpkins until we switch it out to Christmas decor, which, speaking of, could be today.
Should have done that already.
Because I did decorate for Christmas
over the weekend. Oh, yeah. Good.
My trees are not completely done because I'm redoing one of my trees. Mm-hmm. I called my mom and showed her the inspiration picture. And she said, that looks like a homeless person's tree. And I was like, I love you so much. Thank you.
Like Molly with the wind.
Thank you so much for your advice.
You know where you need to go? So my friend Megan and I went to... Oh, crap. What's it called? Coming Home.
Yeah.
Coming Home in Murray. So many amazing
It's
kind of like the phoenix that rose from the Taipan trading ashes is coming home. They do it the exact same way. I actually think it's the same place, effectively. But we went there this weekend. Shout out to Megan. She also bought me this shirt. And for those of you that can't see, it says Monica, Erica, Rita, Tina, Sandra, Mary, and Jessica. Now, for those of you that don't know, she also got me this little trumpet. For those of you that don't know, one of the things about having a podcast is you put embarrassing stories about yourself out there in the public, and then the public, like your dear friend Megan, will remember that and then show up to a dinner date with a shirt from Mambo No. 5 and a mini trumpet.
And a mini trumpet. Put it in our props.
I know, I got to put it in. I was going to put it here for right now, and then I'll figure out how to put it underneath, next to the pumpkins.
I love it.
Thank you, Megs. Okay, so you've decorated for Christmas. What are the tree themes? You have
so one of my trees, I got a bunch of hand-me-down ornaments for my mom that were like pink and silver because she threw a pink and silver party for when I was on drill team because she's the best. You know, bought thousands of ornaments for it. So I got a bunch of hand-me-downs. I've slowly transitioned my pink and silver tree to pink, silver, and red. Now it's pink, silver, and blue. But it's a colorful tree, which is what I grew up with.
Okay.
So, like, I'm used to that. My mom's tree is rainbow. It's it is a colorful tree. So that's what I'm used to. But I saw some inspiration for these trees that just have, like, bows on them. And I know that this, like, sounds hinky. And the picture that I did show Molly was a little bit like just any ribbon you can find in your house, tie it in a bow and put it on the tree. Mine is it has a theme. It has a color story. It matches the room that it's in. But when I showed her that picture, she was like, oh. And we were on FaceTime and she goes, can you see my face?
Which
I was like,
honestly,
yeah, Molly, I can see your face.
But good props to Molly, because a lot of the time when I'm FaceTiming my parents or people of an older generation, I'm just getting forehead.
It's just like
I'm just getting straight forehead and an eye.
Forehead.
What? Or just the ear, as though they're like need to hold it up to their ear.
Yeah, but I love her because I was like, yeah, it's like a bow tree, and she's like, so when are we tying the bows? I'm like, I love that you are like
in it.
I'm the one who can tie the bows in this place. So.
Yes.
When are you bringing me over?
Yeah.
I am married to a Grinch who was like, why? It's November 4th. And I was like, I think you mean time for Christmas.
Yeah. It's like, have you not been on social? It's time.
So yeah, that was my weekend. We also showed Bailey the Chronicles of Narnia for the first time.
Oh, fun.
And like, the thing with showing your kids movies that you watched as a kid, like half the time they ruin it.
90% of the time they ruin it.
The other half, they like try and act uninterested. And then they're like, is there a second one? Is there another one?
Which was Chronicles of Narnia for her.
Yeah. She was like, is there more movies? I was like, yes. They're not as good as the first one, but there are more.
Oh, I went maybe a couple summers ago because I do summer bucket lists.
Yes.
And so one of the elements of my summer bucket list, maybe 2 years ago, Stephen and I had listed a whole bunch of our favorite movies growing up. We're not talking like The Sandlot, although that was on the list, but we're talking like Richie Rich, Blank Check, Ladybugs. I mean, like Camp Nowhere, Heavyweights.
Spy
these
Kids.
are the absolute best movies of all time, !
Yes.
Like, it's so alarming to me that that our kids are not just being exposed to filth and garbage because we will never make as good of movies as we did in the late 90s. Heavyweights. Are you kidding? Ben Stiller in Heavyweights should have won an Oscar.
Yeah, no, it truly is most iconic role.
Oh, Camp Nowhere is the absolute coolest concept ever. And I remember watching that and just thinking, like, my life would be so much better if I could just if I could trick my parents with some elderly, what's his name? Christopher Lloyd was his name? Yeah, I think that's his name. Coming to my house and selling my parents on a fake camp that I've coordinated with him. Like, the plot itself is so genius.
It's amazing. And then your kids watch it and they're like...
They ruined it. You know what they ruined first?
What?
My kids ruined Sister Act. How dare they?
Not
These women of
Sister Act.
God. You are evil.
You should have them watch the second one. That one's better.
We did. They turned it off.
They didn't even get to the end.
He taught me how. Oh, he taught me how to love. And he taught me how to live for joy.
Doing the step dance that he does.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
I'm not kidding you.
Happy day.
Talk about casting pearls before swine.
Yeah.
I was so sad. It made me love them a little less, to be honest. That's like, we bounced back, we recalibrated, but I'll never look at them the same.
No.
It just, do not waste your good classic movies on your children.
Yeah. No,
Let them watch whatever Bubble Cubby crap they're going to put on the TV. Do you know what I mean? Like, Chase is on the case, Paw Patrol. Wow, that's a real knocker. That's a real head scratcher. Cool. Marshall, got it.
I'm trying to decide when to wait to like show her the musicals that I watched literally as a 4-year-old.
Never. Protect
like
those
Grease.
musicals.
Like I was watching that when I was 5 and like that's adult content.
It's fully adult content.
I was watching Dirty Dancing and Footloose when I was like 4 or 5. Those were my favorite movies. Those 3, the trifecta. Footloose, Dirty Dancing, and Grease.
Oh, yeah. I'm not wasting. My kids had not seen all of Harry Potter. I think they've only seen like the second. And they're just like, well, we're kind of reading the books and maybe we finish. And I just was like, I will never. Not in this house.
No, not until they're interested because they'll ruin it if they're not.
Yeah, and I want to love my children, and I'm not going to risk hating how they've reacted to a movie and then making me feel like I did something wrong.
You're the one
for
in
loving
the wrong.
Incredible content.
Ugh, kids are the worst, but we love them.
We love them so much.
How was your weekend?
Good. Really fun on Friday to go out with Megan. You just like good friends where you could just walk around basically a Target or a coming home or around and just do nothing except play decorating your house as though you don't live in your current house. So you're like, you know what we need? We need an all white.
With an unlimited
budget.
Get
the chandelier. How much is that? It's only $700. Is it for 2? It's just 20% for 1.
Off.
Yeah, fully. Oh no. There was some major sales. It was like 60% off fall decor. And so I bought an entire family of gnomes, fall gnomes. Course. And then like a random centerpiece. We don't have a dining table, so that was an odd choice. I forced it onto the island, which God loves Steven because he's like, well, I'm going on tour soon, so I ain't going to see this every day. It's just going to like fall barfed on my house because I was going to decorate for... I'm a wait till after Thanksgiving or to decorate for Christmas.
I'm happy for you. I'm not going to yuck your yums.
Yeah. I ain't messing with anyone else's schedule. I'm just telling you mine. But with my kids coming for Thanksgiving, I still wanted the house to feel somewhat festive. Yeah. So I was like, we're going to get some fall decor, and it was all on sale. I don't know why I thought I lived in a 60,000 square foot mansion, and I needed like 40 different pumpkins, fabric pumpkins. Like, where did I think I was decorating the Great Hall at Hogwarts and I needed like centerpieces for 100 yards of table? Like, it was just it was not a super smart. We left. I almost couldn't fit all the bags in my car.
Jeez.
It was a problem.
Why didn't you send me photos?
It was literally also like $230 total. Like, it was not because everything was on sale. So we did that, and then Steven and I flew to LA on Saturday for
quick trip.
Yeah, really quick trip. Flew in, flew out for Heather McMahon.
Let me
just say, we've gone Heather McMahon once before. Yeah. We sat really close. It was kind of before she'd really blown up, and it was. I mean, she was kind of on that cusp, but I don't think she'd really done the Today Show. She really flipped over. I think she had done like one Today Show. Now she's regularly doing things. Mm-hmm. She the scale kind of really tipped right after we saw her, which we did do to Lizzo too. Yes.
Is it us?
Yeah. Who else are we going to
praise? Who's a rising star?
No, even if you're not a rising star, who's someone that will make a star?
Yeah, we'll make them a star.
Making people stars.
Because
is that a new podcast name? Oh. Making people stars.
It's not very catchy.
I know. It's not good, bad advice.
Finding the stars, chasing the stars, good, bad stars.
Yeah.
It's too hard. Mind.
But I love her so much. I think she's such an amazing comic. It's interesting, though. She's not really a stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. She's just a comic. And I think that those are two different shows. A stand-up comedy is like a Jenny Slate, a Jim Gaffigan, a Jerry Seinfeld that are really kind of used to like the cadence of a monologue and then like zingers that really slap. And her zingers were not slapping as much. But her storytelling and just her comedic timing and her banter with the audience was fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I laughed so hard at one point I had to remind myself to breathe. That reminds me, actually, last night we were at my parents' house for my dad's dinner, birthday dinner.
Yeah.
And my niece, Ava, who I adore, first off, okay? Like, first niece. So many times I have these really, really fun videos of us lip singing songs in the car, a la RuPaul style, like me driving her to school or different things when I was helping out when my sister had her new baby.
Yeah.
So She's amazing.
Yes.
She had put together a Kahoot for my dad. Do you know what Kahoot is?
Yes.
So it's like it's like a trivia game, and everybody plays on their device, and it's on the screen. So she puts together these games almost every holiday. She takes them very seriously, and so she'd asked my dad a number 30 open-ended questions. Okay, so it like, and this was a couple days ago. So it was, what is your favorite, cereal, favorite football team, favorite sport to watch, favorite genre of music. Mm-hmm. Now, it's all open-ended, right? So then he gave the answer, and then Ava supplemented with, 3 other random answers. One of those answers, and first off, my dad walked into just a hornet's nest because in whatever you're answering, and my dad's maybe not great at knowing how to best answer, he forgets things. So, for example, on the musician, he said Bruno Mars as his favorite musician, and James Taylor. My dad loves James Taylor more than he loves me, my siblings, maybe Jesus. Like, he's so up there. And so when James Taylor wasn't even an option, my mom was like, Jeff, who filled this out? I don't even know who you are. So my poor dad, he should have had help answering questions about himself. But he was asked, what is your most prized possession? Oh, no. Now, he answered watches. My dad's a watch collector. He has a very extensive watch collection. It's, gorgeous, whatever. Ava, the shade assassin that she is, put for one of the options, my wedding ring. No. Knowing that my dad's correct answer was watches. And so, of the options, imagine, we're all sitting there, birthday hat on, doing the whole vibe. And she puts on
sunglasses.
And then, so my dad's, we're all looking at it, and it's most prized possession. My rare books, which my dad has a very old, you've seen it, old collection of old books. So it's like my old books, watches, something else I forget, and then my wedding ring. Well, me knowing my dad like I do, selected like, watches. I was like, done. It has to be watches. My mom, being married to him for more than 40 years, put wedding ring. Yeah. And then when she was wrong, the tide of dinner changed. Oh, it turned to the...
Oh, how the turntables.
Oh, how the table turned on the tides. When I tell you, there was like an actual chill that entered the family room. I was like... Oh, no. And my dad's like, hang on, wedding rings wasn't an option. And my mom's like, of course it was. It was an open-ended answer, right? So you could have selected our 41-year marriage, but you chose your watches. And I I was like, oop, someone is I got something here. On my shirt right here. Someone just called me. Hello, IRS. Hello, yes, I would love to talk to you. It was so savage.
I love it, though.
So that was, I forget how we got on there. Anyways, that's what we did yesterday because we flew home. Our flight actually, this was also a boss move. We were in charge of salad for family dinner. Yeah. We're getting home. Our flight gets delayed. There's no way we're going to be able to go to the store and make a salad or whatever else. So we just ordered to-go salads. We picked them up.
You could get like a Cheesecake Factory salad. That's the size enough for
we just did a whole bunch of house salads from Oakwood because we knew it was right by my parents coming off of Jupiter. Shout out Oakwood. Shout out Christy, Mike. I love your restaurant so much. So we just got those, put them in a bowl, dressed it, put it on. We were the heroes. Everyone's like, that salad dressing's incredible. I'm like, it is, isn't it? So that's a life hack, you guys. I don't know why we'd be thinking we need to be making things from scratch for family dinner.
I mean, that just was do probably what they do on Real Housewives. $35 salad. Although
$60. I bought 10.
I bought salads.
6 $10 house salads because I didn't know how much to get. So now I have salad for 3 days. Which is great. The dressing came in a little container, so I didn't ruin the salad.
Yeah, although these days when you're making salads, it could end up being $30 regardless.
Ugh, true. That's what I'm saying. And there was no... I used to really love for family events or things to make a dish. There's so much... It's so much stress now and just like adding one more thing to the to-do list. Also, I'm just an order-outer.
People will you like bring this salad that you literally spent 4 hours on. Mm-hmm. People are like, oh, I don't really like goat cheese. And you're like...
Well, Then make your own salad, Janice.
And like literally chuck the salad bowl at her head. I'm looking at you, Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda.
She doesn't love goat cheese, and like it's the one thing I don't like about her.
I don't like goat cheese. You don't like deliciousness? That's fine. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, Steven and I were like, hey, we'll bring a winter salad to Christmas. Did I already tell you this? I may have already said this on the pod.
Nah, tell it again.
And I found a recipe, and I just looked up like fancy winter salad for Christmas because I kind of felt like we were tasked to bring it to his family and my family. And so I was like, oh my gosh, we got tasked a salad? Like I want a main character. I don't want a side.
You're going to give me a salad?
Yeah.
You get a Caesar.
Yeah, I should have, but I was like, fancy winter salad. Sent Steven to the store with like the list. He comes home, it was like $180 worth of groceries because it was like nuts. And he's like, it had pistachios, butternut squash, like all this stuff. We just have to candy the pecans? What the? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'll Venmo you. I'm so sorry. So we spent all this time on the salad. It was so huge. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful
gorgeous
fall salad.
I'm sure.
And like maple glazed bacon that's like really thick and like chewy. It was so good. Yeah. I would say maybe a third of people didn't have any at all. And I am not talking to those people still. We show up at family dinner. I'm like,
Yes, we know who doesn't eat salad in this house.
And
it shows.
Just like turn totally. I'm the thickest one. Showing up to Steven's family dinner. I'm like, fee, fi, fo, fum. They're all like come in like wisps of the wind. They just like, and someone sneezes, some of them fall over. I sit down. I just pray the chair doesn't break.
It's because they're
like these chairs have never fully been sat on by a girthy dude. It was just like, honk, and then like the little creak, and I'm like, here it goes. I'm going to drop through, and I don't want to bust through the floor because I know if that even if it's just 18 inches off the ground, just the sheer inertia of me snapping those little legs, I could break through like hardwood floor, and then I'm one of those things where the neighbor comes from the ceiling. That's just me.
The butt is through
it's
the
just
ceiling.
Me. I'm like, can someone help me out of here? Also, so sorry. I'm gonna never be here again.
We actually have to break up now.
Yeah, fully. I'm like, okay, I've loved this, and you guys are great, but I need to go into WITSEC right away. Oh, that's so funny. Well, should we get into some stories? Also, my clock just barely switched. That was so weird. I was like, it is not that time. I wish. Although daylight savings this is the best day I've ever reacted to daylight savings.
Actually, me too. Although, for whatever weird reason, when the clock switches back, I'm usually up. That just happens every fall. I was finishing up a really good book, and I was like, just slurping it up, and then like the clock changed on my Kindle, and I was like, uh-oh. At
2 a.m? Doesn't it switch at like 2? You were up till 2 a.m. reading a book?
It was a really good book.
Oh my gosh, it's still going to be there in the morning.
It was really good.
I don't understand.
Here's the problem with the Kindle. I love my Kindle.
Okay.
The Kindle on the bottom has a percentage left in the book, and it has time left in the chapter, or you can switch it to time left in the book. It's a race. Oh. I see that percentage, and I'm like, 85% left of this. Like, I'm 85% through.
Yeah, it's like maps when you're saying it's going to take 2 hours to get there. I'm like, I will do it in an hour and 40. Watch me.
It's like, I can't help it. When I see that, I'm like, so it's a race against the clock.
Yeah, the competitor in me gets that fully. The person who loves sleep more than being a competitor is like, I've never stayed up late reading a book, ever. I love to read.
You haven't read any good books?
Yes, I read good books. I just love sleep so much more than anything, including a very good read. So
that's fair.
But I feel like I'm actually doing well this daylight savings.
Some of us don't have self-control, so.
Oh, I don't either. I just like sleep.
In other ways.
Yeah, fully. All right, so we've got a good our advice of the week.
Yeah.
This is actually very apropos for what we were talking about, which is why maybe we were talking about it. But there are a lot of opinions about when you should set up your Christmas tree.
Yes.
Let's just be clear. No one should give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Who cares when someone decides to set up their Christmas tree? Be cool with it. If you want to have a year-round Christmas tree, if you want to be doing 4th of July, you're taking down ornaments, you're letting it be an accessory in your house, done. I am so sick of people having such strong opinions about stuff that does not matter.
I totally agree. Although your Christmas tree should go up on November 1st and it should come down on December 31st. And that's the area that you can do it in. You can't give me a Valentine's Day tree. It's not happening.
Really? You want to judge someone for having... What if you pulled down all the ornaments and they put up only Valentine's Day ornaments?
You know what? I actually think some people could pull it off.
I think so too.
But I hate them. But never talk to me about when I set my tree up.
Yeah, set your trees up whenever you want, you guys. And if someone set up their tree a little early, just be like, I love that for you, you psychopath. When I was going on my LDS mission, I did a mission prep course. And my then girlfriend, RIP old life, my then girlfriend's grandpa taught a mission prep class who I adored. I absolutely adored Bob. And he said that the best advice he could give serving a mission when you're going to be with a companion all day is to say to him, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Instead of being like, oh, that's cool, or I agree, I disagree. If someone says some wax something, just say that's interesting. Then to go into the bathroom and look yourself in the mirror and say, it's not just interesting, it's insane. But to never say that to the person, just always say it's interesting. So for those of you that want to put up your trees for an Easter tree, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
I do actually still have like pumpkins sprinkled in, which actually I think is what makes it truly psychotic. No, not in my Christmas tree, in my decor.
Oh, you've not converted to Christmas.
No, I'm like
you
halfway.
Just put up a tree.
I'm bridging the gap.
You're by season.
My tree is up. My garlands are up. My Christmas books are out. But
your scarecrow is in the front
I have these like very pretty it's the style that's like blue and white. It's like Chinois or something like that. I have these very pretty like Chinois pumpkins, and I'm totally not saying that right. And those are staying for now because.
So what season aren't you currently decorating for?
St. Patrick's Day.
You don't have anything green? There's no pot of
clovers.
Gold? I'll bring one over.
No clovers, no pot of gold.
Let your house be a full year-round seasonal display.
I'm not.
Actually, that's really good. Do you think that if you're gonna put your Christmas tree up, you should only have Christmas decor? Shouldn't that be the rule?
No.
You think it should be? I put my Christmas tree.
Don't yuck my yums.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm trying to understand. It's an interesting choice. I just want to understand. So, you're kind of doing Thanksmas right now. Yeah.
No, actually, what I'm doing is Christmas, and I'm appeasing the people who think that I'm not supposed to decorate for Christmas yet by being like,
"Hi, husband.
Look, I have a wicker turkey right here. I'm not forgetting about Thanksgiving."
Got it. I don't care when you put up your decor, but I do think you should put up. Yeah, I think it should be an actual seasonal change. I think if you're going to put up Christmas, it should be all Christmas. You don't want to confuse the seasons. Sorry.
I don't think anybody's confused. What I said. We're all adults here.
Not speak for yourself. All right, let's get into some of our stories. Great stories this week, actually. Yeah. I feel good. And you guys will be happy to know that there's no Taylor Swift because I got that as a couple of feedback, and we're taking a break.
You're welcome.
Except for the people who getting are back
Taylor
together.
Swift fans. Shout out to my niece Morgan. I'm so sorry we're not talking about Taylor Swift this week.
Yeah, sorry. We'll do a private episode just for you, all the normal people. Al Pacino, 83, to pay 29-year-old girlfriend Noor Al-Fala $30,000 a month in child support. And I'll note that the judge also ordered him to pay $110,000 up front before continuing with the monthly payments, and $13,000 for night nurse and medical bills. And then he has to contribute an additional $15,000 a year to an education fund for the child.
Yeah.
So
what I love about this story is the power of women.
That's what you got from this story?
No, listen,
is it a female judge?
Listen, I don't know. Will you look that up while I am talking about this? Which is, this woman hates men. Clearly, this woman hates men. She was like, you know what? I'm young. I'm very attractive. I would like a child. I would like a child to be funded because I don't want to do anything with my life. And so she hustled to get Al Pacino to, how do I say this? Procure a child within her.
Okay.
And she is now set forever.
It is shocking when you see the two of them together.
That is a woman who hates men. Look at it. Look at them next to each other. She hates
Well, that's
men.
not a real man. That's a grandpa. She hates the elderly.
This is elder abuse.
It's elder abuse.
Oh,
this isn't her hating men.
We have to change the story because I don't agree with elder abuse.
No, it's fine.
So now
keep going. She's your hero. She's your heroine. She just loves it so much.
Here's the thing. What people will like say about gold diggers, about women who like, are in it for money. There's a lot of work going into that, okay? There's a lot of hustle that they're doing that can't be mentioned on a podcast that is trying not to be explicit.
Yes.
But they are putting in work.
They're putting in the work. I'm going to be honest.
Pull up that picture again. You think she wasn't working to get that child? Look at how old he looks. She was putting in work. I don't know what that child is getting in the inheritance, but she had to work hard for that.
Oh yeah, she is working overtime. Here's my general advice. You know that you can do like effectively like a prenup for having a baby.
Yeah.
So like in my mind, his legal team should have protected him.
I don't think they thought this was possible. I don't think they were like, hey, Pacino, we're a little bit worried about you getting that 29-year-old pregnant. So maybe we should draft something up.
Get a new team, because if I had an 83-year-old millionaire, super famous Hollywood actor, and then he shows up and says, I'd like to meet you. I'd like to introduce you to my new love, the love of my life, me. And then she walks in and she is not currently living off of her Social Security or getting AARP mailers. Yeah. I'm like, hold up. We need to protect you from whatever may be happening. Now, again, there's certain rules and there's certain things that obviously the state, and this is California, I'm not barred there, so I'm not speaking to that, but I would imagine that in a state like that, there would probably be interests about the kids that have to be vetted. I understand all that. But it just seems to me like he could have gotten a vasectomy about 50 years ago, and none of this would have been a problem.
You know
for
what?
him.
I really don't. Okay, wait. What's their age difference?
She is 29 and he is 83, so that's 54 years.
So when she was a baby, he was how old?
When she was a baby, when she was born, he was 60. No, 54. So when she was going into first grade, he was a 60-year-old man.
You know what? I always put...
Actually, you know what? He gets what he deserves.
Yes, exactly. When I picture... So whenever the old creepy men want to date somebody younger, I picture the age they were born, them as a newborn, with 60-year-old, 50-year-old Al Pacino holding her as a baby. That like...
Yuck.
That's where I'm like, you get what you deserve. This woman played you, and you're old and senile and stupid.
I agree on the old and stupid, but if they're senile, then he needs a team to protect him. Then it's elder
abuse. Okay.
But if it's just him being like, look what I can still get, it's like, look what's coming.
It's creepy. And
I'm assuming it will be drafted so that the $30,000, even if he were to die, will still continue to come out of his estate, or there'll be a policy, there'll be a triggering clause, something like that. But
it's these men like Al Pacino and Leonardo DiCaprio, where like there's a photo of them out in public last week where her hand is literally down the back of his pants.
Yep.
Holding his bum. You're gross. you're gross, and it makes me be just like.
But I think most of
really
Hollywood
will try
is gross.
And date literally as legally as they can, and it's disgusting. It's so gross.
I know. I don't know why you're looking at me like I'm in that camp. I'm not. Steven is 14 days younger than me. Okay, I am looking for the next young, spry thing.
It's so gross, though. I hate it, and that's where I'm just like, you get what you deserve.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
please,
so happy
please. There's so many ways
her.
today that you can protect yourself from these sorts of situations.
Like dating somebody age appropriate.
Yeah, like Golden Bacheloring it.
Whose womb is too dusty to have a new child.
Just, that's what you're looking for when you're that age. Yeah. All right, speaking of old women. Well, because we're saying that you should be looking for someone who's old, women. But Missy Elliot.
She's not that old.
I'm just saying she's older.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a transition,
Okay,
I'll be honest.
that's fine.
It's a tough job being in charge of the stories, okay? You get to just sit there and look pretty and banter off of the content. And I'm like, time to transition, right? I begins to shake, get it off camera. Okay. Missy Elliott becomes the first woman rapper inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She then performs a medley of her hits. What is your favorite Missy Elliott song? And then why isn't it...
Get Your Freak On.
Yeah, I was just saying, why isn't it Get Your Freak On?
Get your freak on.
Get your freak on. Quiet.
Hush your mouth. Yeah, that's a good one.
Also, our music on this episode is fire.
Yeah,
we have to call it like the jukebox something is our episode title.
Missy Elliott is, I don't know. I guess now I can't really say that she's totally underrated. But do you remember when she came out with Katy Perry
at the
and
Super
people
Bowl?
Were like,
"Who's that?
Who's that?" And it was like, "Oh,
that's
no,
Missy."
Yes,
Missy Elliott.
Literally the women rapper.
I think she is wildly appreciated, at least in our age. I don't know if like older people would really, I mean, she was really pushing the envelope because female rappers obviously before her were not
non-existent.
I mean, maybe there were some, someone's probably
maybe
like, well, did
like
you know
Lauryn
about
Hill,
so-and-so? Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, because she was...
Speaking of when we were in LA, our driver to the venue was like, oh, he like, you know, I just did random Lyft or Uber or whatever, and we got picked up in this like super nice Lincoln, a black Lincoln, and we were like, whoa, okay. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm actually just up here because I have some very high-end clients. I took them to the Lauryn Hill concert in LA, and I was like, I didn't realize Lauryn Hill was performing still.
Yeah.
She
came out super late, and then
I read that article.
Justified. I'm like, ugh. I just like. All you're saying to me is that I think that I'm more important than you.
Yes.
And I don't want to hear it.
But so she, but I wouldn't think of her as like a female rapper.
No,
I think of her as just like an R&B artist.
Yeah.
Missy really was like, hey, look what I can do in an
Queen
era
Latifah,
that was not doing that.
Queen Latifah said when she like, I think
presented
the award, was like, music sounded different when Missy Elliott came in.
Yeah.
Like she really changed like rap into being like not really pop but like mainstream and interesting while not like just catering directly to mainstream.
Yeah. And I saw that Queen Latifah described Missy Elliott as avant-garde without even trying.
Yeah.
That I think her fashion, her sort of like vibe, her energy, her music, her lyrics, amazing.
Yeah.
I really, really love Missy Elliott. I think she's super great. I've heard rumors that she's going to be getting a show in Vegas.
I would love that.
I think that actually would be totally on brand for kind of the older people that go to Vegas and want to see a show, to see like a Missy Elliott show. I think she'd do great in Vegas. Oh, speaking of, I sent you the article. Did you see Harry Styles has received a formal offer to take over U2 in the Sphere? We got our wish. Didn't we say Harry Styles as one of them?
Yeah. Harry Styles, Katy Perry, I think was another one.
Yeah. So for the record, we just made someone else a star. Our delusional jukebox. You're delusional.
Welcome. Katy Perry would still be a great one.
Yeah.
The crazy thing looking at it though is the stage looks pretty small and like in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, Harry Styles could not. Gosh, that would get a lot of younglings to Vegas, though.
Agreed.
That would certainly turn down the age demographic.
Now, it's also reported that Elliot joined an impressive group of inductees this year. So the other inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame were Sheryl Crow, Willie Nelson, Kate Bush, George Michael, and Rage Against the Machine.
Is George Michael still alive? Is he dead?
I don't think so. I think he's dead.
How is Willie Nelson just getting... That feels a little shocking.
That seems a little wrong.
Like, Willie Nelson is just
How do they decide who gets into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? How do they decide inductees? Is there like a committee? I would imagine there's like a committee like the Grammys or the Oscars. Maybe people that are in the Hall of Fame already get to vote.
They probably have to nominate themselves and then...
Or their team figures out, like, how do we court the person who's...
Yeah, they have to nominate themselves, then court, and then, like, do a submission, and then they have to have people
I wonder
for
how
them, and it's a...
I do want to see... it's interesting. Also, it does say that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony will be streamed and be available on demand on Disney Plus. Which is kind of cool that we'll be able to watch the whole thing. I've never seen any of that.
I haven't either.
It's kind of like the Grand Ole Opry stuff. Mm-hmm. I see clips of that on YouTube and things, but I haven't seen anything for a long time.
We should go to Nashville.
We should. I've never been.
Do you want to do a doubles trip there? Because Traven wants to go really bad.
Yeah. I'll go.
Oh my gosh, we're planning
a trip. We got it.
You guys are invited because we did talk about it in front of you, and I have a personal kind of thing that if I'm going to talk about it in front of you, you are invited. So
yeah.
We'll just make it a good bad podcast trip.
We can also then write it off.
Expensive.
To the write-off people. All right, Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian welcomed their first child together, and he kind of let it slip.
Yeah, he did.
But the name, which I think is a cute name, Rocky.
I like it.
I like it too.
It's very... I mean, when you think about the context of them, where he's like a rock star, it's like a little... It makes it cheesy, but outside of that context, I think it's really cute.
Yeah, I think actually even if it is a little cheesy, I'm okay with a little cheese on that. I think that's true. Cute and
names are allowed to be cheesy, especially when they're a baby.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you announce it as a baby. I'm like, oh, Rocky.
If it is Rocky, what will he go as when he's like 36?
The Rock? Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, he will not. They're gonna have to come up with some.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
As a little kid, he was a little Rocky.
Underappreciated. That was so funny.
Little before Dwayne became The Rock, he was just a little Rocky. Well, I think like Rocky Balboa. Whoa. Do you want to do a podcast together? Did our Avatar tails just sink?
I don't think so because that is.
No, go with it. That's like how they have a baby, right? Yes. Okay, fine. Our Avatar tails stopped to sink. When I was at BYU, there was this really, really, really funny couple. Mm-hmm. And I say funny not because they were funny, but because they looked exactly like each other. Mm. And so it was just really funny to see. Like, they ended up having a silhouette done for their silhouettes like of their faces. No, for their announcement. And like their faces like opened or something, and you could not differentiate the boy from the girl because he had like long hair and she had kind of shorter hair. Anyways, I said to them, because they were like friends, R.I.P., not really anymore, but I'd said to them, I feel like when you guys get married, you should just pull one of your braids out, because they both have like
and
braids.
Connect them?
And just like connect them like an Avatar. It didn't take, but whenever I think of Avatar tails fusing, that's what I think of. So, okay, I think when you're naming a baby, you have to be thinking about what are the nicknames, and you have to be thinking about what is the grown-up name of the baby. And I just don't know if Rocky has that. I don't know if you call him Rock. I don't know if you call him Rock, R Dizzle. Like, what is he going to go as? What did it say, a middle name? No, because he just accidentally let it slip. So they've not done the full name. So it could be like Rocky James, and then he ends up going by James or something. But, you know,
Rocky is still not a bad name.
No, it's just like a bizarre...
But no, I agree. It's like, I'm going to be an elderly Stephanie.
Like Timmy.
Like...
I'm going to be Timmy?
Like, I cannot picture myself being 80 and being like, I'm Stephanie.
What are you going to be?
Like, I don't know. That's so weird, though.
Steph.
Like, there's some names that I feel like, you know,
Age.
an old person should
Pamela.
not have.
Oh, should not have. Like, Christy.
Yeah, like a grandma named
Grandma
Christy?
No, I think it'd be like a grandma named
Jules. No, that's cute.
No, that's still cute. Dang it. I'm trying to think of what is the
Ashley.
name. Grandma Ashley, yes. Or Braden. Grandpa Braden.
Yeah. That's so
or
weird.
Braxton.
Yeah.
Grandpa Braxton.
Grandpa
or Grayson.
Cruz. No, that's cute,
Grandpa,
actually.
Oh, Grandpa Cruz is kind
Grandpa
of cute.
Cruz is
with like
really
big
cute.
old thick glasses.
Yeah, and like the big dangly ears.
Yeah, and all the hair.
Yeah, the hair coming out of it.
Oh, that's just Grandpa Cruz. He's so funny.
That's cute.
Oh, that is cute.
What's like a delusional name that you had on your list?
For a baby?
For naming kids that you, like.
So when Charlotte was, before we knew that she was a she, I was convinced. I'd had a dream. I knew she was going to be a boy. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to name him, what I thought was a boy, Sawyer from
Oh, that's cute.
Lost.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I'll just name all of the kids' characters from Lost.
Oh, no.
And then I was like going through and I was like, oh, okay, I really, this
You
could
went too
get
far.
bad. I went too far there. So thankfully she came out a girl and then we named her Charlotte.
I loved the name Charlotte. It's gotten so popular.
I know.
That I can't use it.
But we kind of are older because Charlotte is 12.
You were at the top of the game.
Yeah, we were at
you
the
like
very
started
beginning.
the trend. Mm-hmm. Now it's like so populated.
Yeah, it's just like oversaturated. It's
Did
like,
you
sorry.
almost have a different name? I was almost an Aubrey. Actually.
You were almost an Aubrey.
Which I could be an Aubrey.
Yeah, totes.
But I also was almost a Rebecca.
Oh, you
My
could
cousin,
never be a Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Yes.
She came out first, and she actually came super early. She was a preemie. We love to make fun of her for it. She was just so tiny, you know, like.
She also can't help it. What a weird thing to be making fun of.
No, but that's
someone.
the funniest part of making fun of her for it. Like,
Got it. Okay.
It was just like, ugh. Like if she said something stupid, we're like, oh, preemie. We love her so much.
So your aunt and uncle took the name Rebecca from your
yeah,
parents.
and I actually make a joke that I pushed her down from heaven early because I was like, I am not going to be a Becca.
You are not a Becca.
I was
that
like,
is true.
You'll be fine. And then she got sent super early, and I was like,
and
but
now
at least my name isn't Rebecca.
Now you make fun of her for being a preemie, and it's your fault.
Yes.
That's the best gaslighting ever. Oh, look at you, little preemie. It's like, I feel like you did this to me. Oh, preemie. A preemie would say that. What a bizarre thing. That's like coming at me for being a twin. Oh, yeah, you twin. Oh, that's so twin of you. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So Chelsea, I have a twin sister, and my parents loved the name Chelsea, so they were trying to find a name that went with Chelsea. So I was more of like an accessory to the cute name that
they were like,
had
oh,
for
Chase
Chelsea.
sounds good with it.
Yeah.
But they just
and
loved
then Chase
Chelsea.
Morgan, but I was named after, I think they got the idea from Chevy Chase, was how they thought of it.
It's not a great namesake.
No, he's fun. Is he controversial?
Yeah, extremely.
For what?
He was on Community and was like super racist and crazy. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta not claim that.
He was like super racist to Childish Gambino.
Well, Chevy Chase is also, I
what's
think,
his acting name? Donald Glover.
Yeah, thank you. Jeez, hi, brain just stopped. But Chevy Chase is also a place, I think, in Maryland where the Washington, D.C. temple is.
That was that. They
area.
named you after that.
Yeah. I needed to start claiming that. And then Chase Manhattan Bank. JP Morgan Chase the bank. I get that all the time. I bank at Chase, and they're like, Chase Morgan. And I'm like, yep, can I get a discount,
please? We did the same inflection. Chase Morgan. Don't touch the Morgan letters.
Speaking of, we got to do a little recap of BravoCon at the end of this. Okay. So when you're naming a baby, please be cognizant of all future iterations of that baby's name. At least give them option.
Yeah.
Like a Tom can be a Tommy, can be a Thomas.
A Tumnus.
A Tum-Tum.
Like if you're watching Three Ninjas. Speaking of, another one not to show your kids.
No, I tried. They were like, wait, what is this? Is this a comedy show? And I'm like, it's not for you. That's what it is.
Three Ninjas was my youth.
Yes.
Every time somebody brings up Japan, I do the tum-tum. I knew this was a bad idea. Coming to Japan. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Nobody has any clue.
That's like that TikTok trend where it's name a movie quote that very few people will ever know where it's from.
I should do that one. Because if people know what that's from, I will heart.
Your TikTok of Dumbledore for your Halloween costume. I don't think we've talked about it. Steph for work went as Dumbledore.
Everybody thought I was Hagrid.
Not a confidence booster.
I was like, I think it's my linebacker shoulders is what I was telling myself. But then one of her... I did have
just
Riley
love the concept
hair.
of like, wait, who are you? I'm Hagrid? No, Dumbledore.
I was literally holding the Elder Wand.
And you're in a long gray wig with a beard.
Gray wig, gray beard, gray tunic yeah. And the Elder Wand with the Dumbledore glasses. And they're like, oh, Hagrid, I love it. I was like, I want to die.
Don't ever assume someone's dressed up as Hagrid. That's particularly if they're a female.
Also, one of the girls who was dressed up as Ron, her husband comes in as Hagrid. And everybody that called me Hagrid, I wanted to be like,
that's Hagrid.
Look at him. He looks like Hagrid.
But your TikTok of saying, Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? I have watched. I am like, I don't know how many views that has. I'm a large percentage of those.
If it has 80 views, I am
70 of them. All right. Now, this is a headline I did not see coming.
Yeah.
When you put this on our little shared note, I was like, wait, what?
Sorry, what?
Entertainment Weekly reports Kristen Stewart says Guy Fieri won't officiate her wedding after all, but will be there in spirit. The mayor of Flavortown won't be spicing up Kristen Stewart's wedding after all. The Twilight and Spencer star previously made headlines when she expressed her desire to have Guy Fieri officiate her marriage to her fiancé, Dylan Mayer, which Fieri initially agreed to, but she just reported that he's gotten cold feet on the idea.
She has, not he. So she said it publicly and was like, yeah, he'll officiate our wedding. I think she was being funny. And then the mayor of Flavortown was like, I'm so down. As he should, because that's amazing and would have been iconic.
Yeah, iconic.
And she got asked about it recently. And she's like, oh, I'm just like so bad at planning.
Yeah. So as someone who officiated a very important wedding myself, yours, I am sympathetic because if you had said, Chase, I want you to officiate my wedding.
And then backtracked.
We're like, actually, I don't know. I'm kind of getting cold feet. I'd be like,
yikes.
Okay. I'll just be over here with like my new suit coming en route and my custom shirt and my...
This does beg the question though. What iconic, maybe celebrity, maybe random person in history would you want to officiate your wedding? Well,
before it came out what she did to Hawaii, I would have for sure said Oprah. But now I just feel like the tide has turned in Hawaii. No
I don't know if I would choose Oprah because I just feel like somebody else would write it for her.
Oh, so you're thinking not just to be able to say this person. And I want it to be so
iconic, yeah.
Honestly, like I'd be totally open to if we're gonna look at someone who's gonna like maybe sing, maybe perform, maybe write their own thing. Brandi Carlile, I think, would do a phenomenal job.
See, I'm more like Kate McKinnon.
You stand up. Wait, you're replacing me with Kate McKinnon? I didn't realize that this was going to be such a sensitive subject for me.
I would never replace you. This is in my hypothetical wedding to my next husband.
But I've died. And so I can't officiate.
Yeah, exactly. It will be when I'm 85. So Kate McKinnon will also be 85, and I think she'll be funnier.
Wait, are you the same age as Kate McKinnon?
I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Honestly, if I am, you know when you compare yourself to celebrities and you're like, wait, you've accomplished this much and you're like almost 30? That's embarrassing for me. How old is she? I'm scared. You know what else I found out?
Oh, she's even older than me. She's 39.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Almost 40? Oh, okay. I still have time.
Yikes, that's embarrassing.
I was watching Love Island Games, which, by the way, plug, so funny.
Okay.
So funny. The host, Maya Jama, who's the hottest woman alive, 29. I was like...
hosting?
That's
okay. I was looking at I was going down Dancing with the Stars TikTok, and Riley Arnold, who's like this big, she's like
18.
barely 18 years old, and she's setting
Dancing with the Stars.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's like our friends Matt and Savannah Shaw. Savannah Shaw, when she kind of rose to stardom, she was 15 years old.
Yeah.
Insane.
I've done nothing with my life.
Nothing.
I have a podcast at 29.
And I'm in my 30s. Okay, wait, so if you were thinking, so you're going to have like a Kate McKinnon host.
No, I know there's a better answer. Maybe Stevie Wonder. And he'll just sing it.
Interesting. Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
That is.
I feel like, here's the thing. One, my general advice is you don't ask someone to officiate your wedding and then backtrack. There's certain things that once you've crossed the Rubicon,
once you've said it out loud,
the easy cheese is out of the can. And we are not taking that stuff back. Yeah. Just let things move on. You just have to be okay with that. Mm-hmm. So one, shame on Kristen Stewart. But also not shame on Kristen Stewart because you picked an incredible person to marry you. The mayor of Flavortown. Yeah. I don't even know if he has to get reordained. I bet he's been ordained like the priest of meats already. Yeah. So he has some sort of, he's got some credentials. Yeah. He doesn't need to get certified or pay that $28 to get your certificate, which now I have it every year. Yeah. It's just my little plaque, my little priest plaque.
If you're getting married, this is the one. It was so good. I still have people mention it to me.
Oh, that's so nice. I will charge more people in the future.
Yeah, no, mine was free because I got the friend discount.
Yes. I would say the person I would want to marry me, if they would probably be, I mean, on the one hand, if we're going to take Oprah off the table, because I do think she'd be phenomenal, it would be really cool to have like one of the royals marry you. So then you could also be like a little sneak in a little coronation. You know, I come up and then just them quickly knight me, and then forever I'm a sir. That'd be dope.
You could be a duke.
A duke? I don't think though anybody in the royal family right now I really want to be around. I kind of feel like they are radioactive.
Yeah, maybe the queenie if she was still alive.
Oh, if the queen were still alive and she married me, that'd be amazing. But no one right now. I don't want to be anywhere near Charles.
No, and that maybe Kelly Clarkson would be a good one.
Oh, she would be great. She actually, my friends Jordan and Adam, shout out Jordan and Adam, got engaged at her show, and then at her like talk show, they proposed there, and they have like a really good friendship. So I should probably have an in with her now. So if you get married again, you know, and I can't do it because I had my tongue cut out like in Hunger Games. Then have you read the book Hunger Games?
Yes.
Then you know those little servants that walk around. They don't have the tongues. I remember now. Yep. Yeah. Anyways, I think those, and I'm gonna have to really think about who I pick to marry me.
That's a good question though.
Who knows?
If you can pick the mayor of Flavortown, this guy's the limit.
Yeah, if Flavortown's, if he's looking to do another wedding, I'd have to convince Steven to marry me and to use Guy Fieri as, I don't know what's more of an ask, honestly. It could be, it's a coin toss, really.
Do you think he would wear like a suit that's like matte black, but then would have like shiny flames, like shiny black flames, kind of like the snail, like where it's like matte black, but then the flames are like a shiny print?
So Steven's, one of his musical groups is Gentry, and they have suit jackets that they've just got. There was like a kerfuffle with their old designer, so they've got a new designer in, and Steven was describing the jackets to me, and he's like, oh, they are shockingly loud. But from a distance, they look good, and it's for stage, and it's a show, or whatever else. And so I'm like, so you probably won't be wearing one of yours to church? And he was like, oh, not in 1,000 years. No. So I know those jackets exist. I honestly don't want him to come in something like subtle. I want him to come in a suit jacket that has flames that come up from the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I want it to be dope.
Yeah. With like just a little, a traditional flame bow tie.
Oh, wouldn't it be so funny if he actually came just like his hair not crazy, but like combed over. He'd shaved his goatee. Like,
doesn't have sunglasses.
Ooh, that's a fun
Doesn't
game.
have Oakleys on.
Who like could be a secret hottie? Like without the shtick. Like what if Guy Fieri, if he didn't look like himself, but he looked hot? What if he toned down all of his shtick and then looked.
Crazy of you to say that Guy Fieri is not hot now.
Hot takes. Hot takes this early morning. Okay, speaking of other hot takes, this story was an interesting read. Tan mom, Patricia Krenzel. Did you send me this one?
Which one? Let me see.
This is Tan mom back on the campaign trail after her scary surgery.
I did not mean to send this one. I thought this story was wild. I passed it and was like, what is happening?
Tan mom,
well,
you remember her?
I love it.
Wait, what was the story you sent me?
Know.
That's the
I
one
thought
that
it was.
have. Oh, you sent me one about Jacob Elordi, but it's links to Tan mom. So this is a gift in disguise. This is, okay, so Tan mom, Patricia Krenzel, is on the mend after a very risky surgical procedure, and she's gearing up to get back on the campaign trail as she runs for a U.S. Senate seat in Florida.
This is not Tan mom. This is crispy mom.
Yes.
This is burnt mom.
You've seen her. You've seen her before.
Yeah, in your nightmares.
No, you know her, right, from Social?
No, I literally have never seen her before.
Okay, so she was, like, really famous for being obviously just, like, addicted to tanning.
Yeah.
And so it's so funny to me that she is running for U.S. Senate. The only state in which she could ever run for U.S. Senate is Florida. And she is. I honestly hope she wins.
I didn't even know she was from Florida because I didn't read that article besides passing it and going, woof, Buzz's girlfriend, woof.
Oh my, that is so funny. Okay, wait, let me try to find the Jacob Elordi.
Okay, well, I'll give
me the summary.
Jacob Elordi, basically, when he has talked about his Elvis prep, it's cracking me up because people are saying his Elvis is better than Austin Butler's.
Okay.
Like, it's very authentic. Priscilla Presley was, like, shocked and awed by it. The things that he is saying in what he did to prep is cracking me up because
like
Austin Butler literally went into hiding for 3 years and changed his entire personality. And Jacob Elordi is like, I knew who Elvis was because of Lilo and Stitch.
Oh my gosh, I just also read this. Variety reports that to prepare to play Elvis Presley, he ate a pound of bacon every day.
That was the story. Because Priscilla Presley said that she told them, like, in passing, that Elvis loved bacon. So he literally ate a pound of bacon every day.
He says, I averaged like a pound of bacon a day. It's not noticeable because I'm quite long, but I was the biggest I've ever been. Wait, I need to see him.
It's so funny. It's like his method acting, he was like, I ate a lot of bacon. And I watched Lilo and Stitch. And Austin Butler literally changed his voice, his personality for 3 years. He didn't talk to friends and family to play Elvis.
Yeah.
And Jacob Elordi's like, bacon and Lilo and Stitch. Like, I find that
He's like, oh, Elvis? That's pretty easy.
Hysterical.
I just ate a lot of bacon. What? Yeah, he loved bacon. You know that, right? Yeah. And so I ate a lot of it.
I just ate a lot of bacon.
Until like, get ready for the role.
It's so funny.
The comparison, Austin Butler is sitting here getting ready. Do you think he'll watch? Do you think Austin Butler will watch the other Elvis movie?
Ooh, I don't know because I think Austin Butler is dating Kaya Gerber, who previously dated Jacob Elordi.
So he's exed anyway.
Out. Yeah.
But imagine him being like, I went through this and voice coaching and I didn't. Blah, 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 blah.
Oscar for that?
I don't know if he won the Oscar. I'm pretty sure he was nominated.
I think he won the Globe, but I don't think he won the Oscar for it. Maybe he did.
Checking now.
Because Kiwan Key, it was that. I thought it was.
Nope, it says. Hang on, I'm just checking here.
I think it's just funny because it makes like such a mockery of method acting, which I do think is wild to do.
Oh, it was Brendan Fraser won.
Oh, for the whale.
And so this is saying the snub. Even though Brendan Fraser won the SAG Award last month, many expected Austin Butler to win the Oscar for Best Actor. It was a star-making performance. Moreover, Lisa Marie Presley's shocking death, just as the award season was heating up, seemed like a factor that might weigh in his favor. People would want to see Butler pay tribute to not only Elvis, but his daughter, who was on hand to see Butler win the drama at the Golden Globes, and then she died, but he was snubbed. So
what would be crazy is if Jacob Elordi won an Oscar for
It's so weird to me that you can have shows that multiple Elvis Presley shows happening at once. There's somebody
like that
else
one year
that did
Snow White, there was like 8 Snow White movies.
Yes. Did you see also Ziegler's picture of her from the new Snow White with the dwarfs? Are we allowed to call them that?
No, I think they're called...
They're not called little people anymore. What are you supposed to call them?
You are supposed to call them actual little people. Little people. You're not supposed to use dwarf or midget.
Honestly, who's making these decisions?
I think little people are making these decisions. Didn't you watch that Little People show on...
Little People, Big World?
No, there was one with a bunch of girls.
Snow
and it was
White?
really interesting.
The Hobbit? Lord of the Rings?
Anyway, I don't know what they're calling them.
I'm just saying, generally, I don't understand when we talk about like being woke or like what's appropriate anymore, it's really hard for me to take certain things seriously when it's like, okay, I understand. Isn't dwarfism different than being a little person?
I think
different?
dwarf is because it has been used previously as like hateful language is why they don't want to use it, even though it's like the technical term.
Got it.
But I think that they prefer to be called little people, unless I'm totally outdated on that information.
Which honestly, you could be, because I feel like these things change on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. It's really hard to stay politically correct.
Yes. So I don't even try.
But if I'm not, please let me know, because I don't
if I'm not, let Stephanie know, and then she can delicately tell me, because it is like spitting on a fire.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to burn.
Yeah. If you don't know, though, like obviously we're trying. We just had a 5-minute conversation about whether or not we can say little people.
Right.
So, or call them dwarfs. And this Snow White and the 7 dwarfs, we can't say it. Like,
that is so interesting. I don't know. Good luck to everybody navigating this. I'm not going to. I'm out of this conversation. Thoughts and prayers. No tea, no shade, just facts. I'm out. Any other pieces of advice you want to share for this week, my love?
Oh, no, I'm out of advice.
I am too.
People need to seek therapy is what I think.
Yeah.
Seeing all this
ask
footage
your mom or your therapist.
Seeing all this footage come out of BravoCon, I'm like, talk to your therapist.
I know. BravoCon, I'm actually kind of glad it's over. No major bombshells. BravoCon, for those that don't know, are 3 days in Vegas that just happened this weekend. We're all basically Bravo celebrities, unless you were racist. # Ramona Singer. We're invited to go and participate in games and panels, and it's a lot. Not my favorite. There's nothing earth-shattering this time.
No, there's just like, it's just juicy. It's not like earth-shattering.
Right. So everybody have a great week. We love you lots. What should we do for people who make it to the end of the episode? Ooh. Oh, what childhood movie will you not allow your kids to ruin by showing it to them?
Or who would officiate your second wedding?
Ooh, both of those.
Yeah.
We should do those as write-ins on this week's story. Let's make a social cut for each of them, and then we'll do a write-in and see what movies we need to protect our kids from.
Yes.
And I don't mean book burning. I mean protect the movies from the kids, not the kids from the movies.
Talking about politically correct.
All right, you guys. We love you. We'll talk with you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.